Welcome to this life-changing video, where we're going to tackle one of the most difficult decisions anyone can face: divorce. But not just any divorce. Divorcing a narcissist. This isn't your typical breakup. It's a journey fraught with challenges, manipulation, and emotional turmoil. If you're here, you might already know that ending a relationship with a narcissist isn't like walking away from a bad relationship. It's like escaping from a carefully laid trap, one designed to keep you questioning yourself, doubting your decisions, and fearing the future. In this exclusive video, I'm going to share with you 10 golden tips, proven strategies that will not only guide you through the process, but empower you to reclaim your life. These aren't just ordinary tips you've heard 100 times before. This is deep, practical, transformative advice tailored for this unique and challenging situation. But listen carefully, because the last tip, the 10th one, is the cornerstone of everything we'll discuss. If you miss it or fail to apply it, the entire process could unravel, leaving you vulnerable to the same cycles of pain, even after the divorce. This is a critical moment. What I'm about to share has the potential to save lives, yours included, because sometimes divorce isn't just a choice. It's the only solution to escape the hell of narcissistic abuse. Now, while I'll use examples that speak to women for simplicity's sake, this video is equally for men facing the same struggle. The principles apply for both genders. But before we dive into these tips, don't forget to subscribe to this channel and hit the notification bell. This isn't just another video. It's your guide to freedom, peace, and a new beginning. So, are you ready to take back control of your life? Let's get started. 1. Do not give in to his blackmail. Once you start the divorce process with a narcissist, prepare for a storm. This is not going to be a typical separation. The narcissist, knowing their control is slipping away, will launch an all-out attack to keep you tied to them emotionally. Expect to face emotional blackmail from the very beginning. They will make you feel guilty, as if you are the one responsible for tearing everything apart. They'll twist your words and actions, creating a narrative where they are the victim and you're the villain. They may even go so far as to threaten your reputation, your friendships, or your access to children, all in an effort to manipulate you into staying or changing your mind. If you react to these provocations, you've already fallen into their trap. You're giving them exactly what they want, a sign that they still have power over you. They thrive on seeing you emotionally triggered, seeing you question yourself, and witnessing your desperation to keep the peace. The worst thing you can do is engage with their manipulations, whether it's responding to their hurtful words or arguing back when they threaten you. This is where the law of silence comes into play. Silence isn't about being passive or weak. It's about taking away the narcissist's ability to control you. By not reacting, you strip them of the emotional reaction they crave. It's important to remember that narcissists will do anything to get a rise out of you. And when they see they can no longer provoke a response, they will grow frustrated. Over time, they may start to back off, realizing that they've lost their grip on you. The key is to hold your ground. Don't respond to emotional outbursts or manipulative tactics. It's hard, especially when they know how to push your buttons, but the more you practice silence, the more powerful you become. When you show them that they no longer have the ability to affect your emotional state, you begin to regain control of the situation. Silence is your shield, your way of protecting your peace and preserving your dignity as the divorce process unfolds. 2. Be mature and responsible. Divorce with a narcissist can feel like being dragged into a dramatic movie where they are the star. The moment they realize you're serious about ending the relationship, they will begin to escalate the situation in ways that are not only childish, but designed to manipulate your emotions. They'll exaggerate the issue, twist the truth, and create a spectacle to make themselves the victim while making you look like the villain. This is where your maturity and sense of responsibility become crucial. While the narcissist plays their games, you must rise above it. You cannot afford to react to their provocations, no matter how hard they push. If they insult you, They are looking for a reaction. They want you to descend into the same childish behavior they exhibit, to engage in a back and forth where you both end up in the mud. But remember, the narcissist is a master of the mud. They thrive there, and they will pull you down if you let them. By stooping to their level, you lose your dignity and make yourself part of the drama they're trying to create. Instead, take the high road. Respond with maturity, self-control, and sophistication. When they reach out, whether it's through phone calls, texts, or social media messages, don't be tempted to engage in the emotional warfare they want to draw you into. They may threaten you, try to guilt-trip you, or even say things designed to provoke an emotional response. Don't give them the satisfaction of reacting. Let the messages sit unanswered and keep them. Document every interaction, as you may need this evidence later, especially in legal matters. It's vital to remember that in this phase, you're not just ending a relationship, you're ending a cycle of abuse and manipulation. The narcissist will fight to maintain their power, using every tool at their disposal. If you rise above their antics, however, and stay focused on what's truly important, your mental health, your future, and your dignity, you will ultimately win. You're not just breaking free from them. You're showing yourself and everyone around you that you are the bigger person, capable of handling the situation with grace and responsibility. This is about establishing a new standard for yourself. The narcissist may try to drag you back into the chaos, but if you hold your ground and remain mature, you make it clear that you no longer belong in their toxic world. 3. Cut off communication. One of the hardest but most necessary steps when divorcing a narcissist is cutting off communication completely. This is not just about blocking their number or deleting their messages. This goes much deeper. You must sever all ties with them, not just physically but mentally and emotionally. The narcissist knows you better than anyone else, or at least they've spent years learning how to exploit your vulnerabilities. They understand the weak points in your psyche, the emotional triggers that will send you spiraling. They've learned which phrases and manipulative tactics will keep you tied to them, even as you try to break free. When you've been in a relationship with a narcissist for years, you've been trained to respond in certain ways. Perhaps it's their way of making you feel guilty, or the way they twist the truth to make you doubt your reality. Maybe it's their charm and flattery, or their strategic use of silence to keep you coming back for more. You've experienced these cycles, and you know the power they hold over you. That's why, in this moment, it's critical to cut off all forms of communication, not just the physical ones, like phone calls, emails, or texts, but also the mental and emotional ones. The narcissist will keep trying to manipulate you, whether by sending you a heartfelt message one day, followed by a threat the next. They know exactly how to stir the pot, how to remind you of the history you shared, and how to make you question yourself when you start to regain your strength. The temptation to respond can be overwhelming, but you must resist. Every time you engage with them, you open yourself up to more manipulation, more control, and more confusion. It's like reopening a wound that you're trying to heal. The hardest part of cutting off communication is shutting them out of your mind. Narcissists have an uncanny ability to haunt your thoughts. They will try to lure you back into their world by playing on your memories, your emotions, and your empathy. They might tell you that you're the one who's causing all of this drama, or that they'll never find someone like you. These words are designed to confuse you, to keep you tied to them emotionally, so you remain vulnerable. The more you allow them to linger in your mind, the less free you will feel. So it's imperative that you refuse to engage mentally and emotionally as well. Don't let their words haunt you. Cutting them off means reclaiming your mental peace. It's about recognizing that every moment you spend thinking about them is a moment you could be using to heal and grow. It's about rebuilding yourself without the noise of their manipulation clouding your judgment. The path to freedom from a narcissistic relationship is paved with your ability to protect your mind, heart, and energy. Every time you resist their pull, you make yourself stronger, more resilient. You begin to take back your power, one thought at a time. 4. Tell your children. When you're divorcing a narcissist, especially when children are involved, it's crucial to approach the situation with care, compassion, and honesty. Divorce in itself is a challenging experience for children, but when a narcissist is involved, the complexity of the situation is heightened. Your children will notice changes, and they may already feel the tension or sense that something is wrong. In many cases, they are the ones who will be most affected by the fallout, especially when it comes to the emotional manipulation of a narcissist. That's why it's imperative to explain the situation to them, but in a way that is both appropriate to their age and clear enough to avoid confusion. Start by being open and transparent. Tailor the explanation to each child's level of understanding. A younger child will need a simple and gentle explanation, while an older child might require a more detailed account, but always avoid overwhelming them with information they can't process. At all costs, you must remain a reliable source of comfort and stability for them. Don't avoid their questions, and be ready to answer them honestly, without evasion. The narcissist will likely try to manipulate the situation to his advantage, so being open and truthful with your children allows them to feel secure and understand the reality without unnecessary fear or confusion. However, be extremely cautious about the way you speak about their father. It may be tempting to vent your frustrations, especially when you've endured so much emotional pain. But remember, speaking negatively about their father can backfire. Children, no matter their age, often see their parents as part of their identity, and attacking the other parent can create emotional turmoil and guilt for them. It's not uncommon for a narcissist to twist the narrative later, accusing you of poisoning the children's minds. Instead, focus on the facts. Keep your words neutral. Share the reality of the situation without sinking into bitterness or hatred. Your aim is not to vilify their father, but to ensure they understand the change in a way that makes sense and doesn't disrupt their sense of security. Reassure your children that despite the divorce, your love for them will never change. You will remain their mother or father, and nothing about your relationship with them will ever be different. You can't protect them from the pain of the situation, but you can give them the tools to understand it and make them feel safe. Remind them that both parents will continue to love them, and that nothing can break that bond. When children feel assured of your stability and constant love, they are better equipped to cope with the emotional difficulties ahead. The younger your children are, the harder it can be for them to process the idea of their parents separating. Children are more likely to internalize the change and feel as though they are the cause of the split, or even blame themselves. So it's important to choose your words carefully and avoid rushing into the conversation. Let the timing be right. Create a safe environment where they feel comfortable asking questions, expressing their feelings, and finding reassurance in your answers. The goal is to make the process as simple and clear as possible, so they don't experience unnecessary shock or confusion. A calm, consistent approach from you will help them feel grounded, no matter how difficult the situation may seem. 5. Surround yourself with those close to you. During the process of divorcing a narcissist, the emotional toll can be immense. You're not just navigating the pain of the end of a relationship, you're also facing the manipulation, the gaslighting, and the emotional exhaustion that comes from dealing with a narcissistic partner. In these moments, you need a support system that can help you through the tough times. People who genuinely care about you and understand what you're going through. However, it's crucial to be discerning about who you allow into your inner circle during this difficult time. Surround yourself with those who love you, who have your best interests at heart, and who offer you compassion and understanding. These should be people who respect your decision to divorce, without pushing you to second-guess yourself. It's common for well-meaning friends and family to offer advice, but be cautious if they make you feel guilty, unsure, or hesitant about your choice. Narcissists are incredibly skilled at making others doubt their decisions, and even those who don't fully understand the dynamics of narcissistic abuse can sometimes unintentionally perpetuate this doubt. You need people around you who will lift you up, not people who will question your every move or make you feel like you're making a mistake. The goal is to create a space where you feel supported, safe, and strong. Your inner circle should act as a solid foundation beneath you, providing emotional stability when everything else feels uncertain. Lean on your closest family and friends, those who understand the complexity of the situation and are committed to supporting you without judgment. These individuals will help you keep perspective, especially on days when the emotional weight feels too heavy to bear. It's important to remember that this support system is there to back you up, not to lecture or criticize you. You've made a difficult decision, one that is in your best interest, and it's essential to feel that others respect your choice. Allow yourself the space to grieve, to feel the loss, but also to heal. Your family and friends should not be a source of additional stress. They should be your sanctuary, a place where you can process your emotions without fear of criticism. In times of grief, we often need others to help us stay grounded, to remind us of our worth, and to give us the encouragement to keep moving forward. Your circle of support can help you weather the storm of the divorce and give you the strength you need to reclaim your life. So, choose wisely. Trust those who respect your journey, who validate your feelings, and who genuinely want to see you heal. Your support system is an essential part of your recovery, so surround yourself with people who empower you, not those who make you feel more vulnerable. 6. Take care of yourself. Divorcing a narcissist is no ordinary breakup. It's a profound emotional and psychological ordeal that can take a toll on every aspect of your being. The toxicity of the relationship, combined with the manipulation and emotional abuse, can leave you feeling like a shell of the person you once were. The stress and exhaustion from dealing with a narcissist, coupled with the grief of the separation, create a perfect storm that affects your mind, body, and soul. This is why self-care isn't just a luxury during this time. It's an absolute necessity. It may feel impossible to focus on yourself when you're buried under the weight of everything happening, but this is the time you need to prioritize your well-being more than ever. Healing starts with taking care of your physical health, which will help support your emotional recovery. Begin by re-establishing healthy habits that help you reconnect with yourself, your body, and your mind. Exercise, for instance, doesn't just improve your physical health. It's a powerful way to relieve stress and boost your mood. The endorphins released during physical activity can help counter the emotional exhaustion you're likely feeling, whether it's going for a walk, doing yoga, or hitting the gym. Find an activity that brings you some relief and energy. Nutrition is another critical piece of the puzzle. The emotional turmoil of a divorce can often lead to poor eating habits, whether it's neglecting meals, overeating for comfort, or turning to unhealthy food choices to cope. But your body needs the right fuel to function at its best, especially now. Focus on a balanced diet with plenty of fruits, vegetables, and protein. Healthy eating can not only improve your physical health, but also help you feel more grounded and energized during such a turbulent time. Sleep is just as important as diet and exercise. When we're stressed and emotionally drained, sleep can become elusive, yet it's vital for cognitive function and emotional balance. Sleep helps your brain process emotions and restores your energy for the challenges of the next day. Set a bedtime routine that promotes restful sleep. Limit screen time before bed. Avoid caffeine late in the day, and create a calming environment for yourself. Make your sleep a priority, not just for rest, but as a foundation for your healing journey. While it's easy to neglect yourself when you're in the midst of this storm, remember that your health is the foundation that will support you through this difficult process. The stronger you are physically, the better equipped you'll be to handle the emotional strain of the divorce. Taking care of your mind and body gives you the resilience you need to face the challenges ahead and eventually to heal. Self-care isn't selfish, it's essential. You can't pour from an empty cup, so make sure to replenish yourself physically, mentally, and emotionally. By prioritizing your health, you'll regain your strength and clarity, which will help you make better decisions and maintain your power throughout the divorce. 7. Keep important documents. Divorce itself is a complex process, But when it involves a narcissist, the situation becomes even more intricate and potentially dangerous. Narcissists are masters of manipulation, deceit, and gaslighting, and one of their favorite tactics is to distort the truth to serve their own narrative. They will lie, fabricate stories, and do everything in their power to tarnish your reputation, undermine your character, and make you question everything you've experienced. This is why it's crucial, especially when divorcing a narcissist, to keep detailed records and maintain access to important documents throughout the entire process. From the very beginning of the divorce, it's essential that you start gathering all the necessary documents. These documents will be the cornerstone of your case when it comes to legal proceedings. They can protect you from false accusations, provide evidence of your claims, and help ensure that the divorce process unfolds in a way that is fair and just. This includes financial documents such as bank statements, tax returns, property deeds, and investment records, as well as personal correspondence like emails, texts, or messages. Anything that could serve as evidence of the narcissist's behavior, whether it's financial manipulation, emotional abuse, or lies, needs to be documented and kept in a safe place. The narcissist may try to erase or hide evidence, so it's essential to be proactive. Make copies of everything, physical and digital, and store them securely, either in a safe or encrypted online storage, so you have access to them when needed. Create a system that makes it easy to organize these records, whether it's keeping files in physical folders or setting up digital files on your computer. This organization will save you time and stress when you need to retrieve specific documents in the future. Furthermore, if you are involved in any communication with the narcissist, whether it's in person, over the phone, or via email or text, keep track of it. Save every message, voicemail, or written correspondence that you think might be relevant to the divorce. Even if something seems insignificant in the moment, it may become crucial later on when you need to prove a point or refute a lie. The narcissist may try to twist the facts, but if you have solid evidence to back up your version of events, you will be in a much stronger position. One of the most important aspects of this is preparing yourself for the long game. Divorce with a narcissist can often drag on for an extended period, and the process may be filled with games and tactics designed to confuse and wear you down. The more evidence you have to support your claims, the more secure you will feel, and the more equipped you will be to face whatever comes next. The narcissist may try to paint you as the problem, but your documentation will speak volumes about the truth of the situation. By keeping these important documents, you're not just preparing for the legal aspects of the divorce, you're also protecting yourself from the narcissist's manipulations. Documentation gives you control over the narrative, helps you stay grounded in reality, and strengthens your position when facing any challenges that arise during the process. Remember, when divorcing a narcissist, preparation is key. The more evidence and documentation you have at your disposal, the more you can shield yourself from the emotional and legal battles that may come your way. 8. Seek the help of an experienced lawyer. When you are divorcing a narcissist, one of the most important steps in ensuring that the process goes as smoothly as possible is to seek professional legal help. However, not just any lawyer will do. The complexity of divorcing a narcissist requires a lawyer who is not only well-versed in family law, but also has specific experience handling toxic relationships and narcissistic abuse cases. Divorce from a narcissist is a whole different level of challenge, and you need a legal expert who understands the unique psychological dynamics at play. The first thing you need to do is find a lawyer who specializes in family law and has extensive experience in handling cases involving narcissistic personalities. A lawyer with this kind of experience will be familiar with the specific tactics that narcissists use during divorce proceedings. Tactics that can range from emotional manipulation to legal games and power plays. Narcissists are known for trying to control the narrative, twist the facts, and use the legal system against their spouse. Having a lawyer who understands these dynamics is essential to protecting your rights. An experienced lawyer who specializes in toxic relationships will be able to anticipate the narcissist's strategies and advise you on how to best navigate them. They will know how to handle the delicate issues that come with a narcissistic divorce, including how to protect your emotional well-being, safeguard your children's interests, and manage any false allegations or accusations that may arise. They will also understand the need for discretion and confidentiality, as narcissists can often resort to spreading lies or engaging in smear campaigns to discredit you. Choosing the right lawyer is about more than just having someone who knows the law. You need someone who can see beyond the legal paperwork and understand the emotional abuse and psychological manipulation you've endured. This lawyer should be able to offer strategic advice tailored to your specific situation and help you create a plan that protects your future, emotionally and financially. Divorce with a narcissist often involves protracted battles, so you need someone who is not only a skilled litigator, but also compassionate and empathetic toward the challenges you're facing. Your lawyer's expertise will be invaluable when it comes to negotiating settlements, dividing assets, and making sure that any agreements are fair and enforceable. Narcissists are often willing to manipulate the process, prolong proceedings, and act aggressively during negotiations to maintain control. Having a lawyer who is familiar with these tactics and prepared to fight for your best interests is critical. Moreover, the lawyer should have experience with situations involving narcissistic abuse, especially if you have evidence of manipulation, emotional distress, or any other form of harm that could affect your case. They can help you gather the right documentation, present the evidence effectively, and take the right steps to ensure your legal and emotional recovery post-divorce. In short, choosing the right lawyer isn't just about finding someone who can represent you. It's about finding someone who has experience with narcissistic relationships and can offer the nuanced legal and emotional support you need during this extraordinarily challenging time. Don't settle for a general family lawyer. Make sure you find someone who specializes in this area and has a proven track record of handling cases involving toxic, manipulative individuals. With the right legal support, you will have the guidance and protection you need to ensure that your rights are upheld and that you can move forward with your life after the divorce. 9. Prosecute him only if necessary. In the context of divorcing a narcissist, the process can often feel like an emotional battlefield. However, there are rare, extreme situations where the behavior of the narcissist crosses a dangerous line, and in these cases, taking legal action to protect yourself and your children becomes necessary. This step should be considered only when there is a genuine and immediate threat to your physical safety or well-being, as not all narcissists will escalate to violent or criminal behavior. Yet there are narcissists who, when they feel they are losing control or when their sense of superiority is threatened, can become dangerous and may resort to extreme measures. If the narcissist begins making serious threats that suggest they could harm you or your children, whether emotionally, psychologically, or physically, you must take these threats seriously. In some cases, narcissists can reach what is known as a psychopathic level, where their manipulative tendencies evolve into dangerous and erratic behavior. These are the narcissists who may show no remorse for their actions, who believe they are above the law, and who will go to any lengths to maintain control, including committing criminal acts. If you believe, based on your knowledge of the narcissist's behavior and history, that these threats are more than just empty words, that they may escalate into harmful actions, it is critical to take immediate steps to protect yourself and your children. The first thing you should do is inform your lawyer of the situation. Your lawyer will be able to help you assess the seriousness of the threats and advise you on the best course of action. If you feel that your safety is at risk, your lawyer can help you file for a restraining order, an injunction, or even an emergency protection order. In these extreme cases, it may also be necessary to involve law enforcement. If the narcissist's behavior is clearly dangerous or criminal, such as threats of physical violence, stalking, or harassment, reporting it to the authorities is crucial. Keeping a record of all threats, whether they are verbal, written, or digital, can serve as essential evidence. You may need to document instances of abusive behavior, intimidation, or threats to prove your case and obtain the legal protection you need. I want to emphasize that this step should not be taken lightly. Filing for a restraining order or seeking prosecution is a serious procedure and should only be pursued when there is a clear and present danger to your safety. In many cases, narcissists rely on manipulation and psychological control, and the real threats they pose may be more emotional or mental than physical. However, when the danger is tangible and you are genuinely afraid for your well-being or that of your children, taking legal action can offer protection and prevent further harm. This is why it's so important to trust your own instincts during the divorce process. You are the best judge of what your narcissistic partner is capable of, based on your experiences with them. If you have reason to believe they could follow through with violent or destructive actions, you must take every precaution necessary to safeguard your future. Remember, this procedure is an exceptional measure and should only be used when the narcissist's behavior has escalated to the point where you fear for your life or your children's safety. It's essential that you consult with a lawyer who specializes in these types of cases and understands the nuances of dealing with dangerous narcissists. With the right legal steps, you can take back control over your situation and protect yourself from further harm. 10. You will find yourself alone, but you must stand strong. This is the hardest and most painful truth that you will have to face. And while it may be the most difficult pill to swallow, it is also the one that will ultimately set you free. Let me tell you something you might not want to hear, but that you absolutely need to understand. You will find yourself alone. First, let's talk about the narcissist. From the moment you begin the divorce process, the narcissist will show no interest in cooperation. There will be no hope for an amicable separation. Narcissists are incapable of empathy or compromise. Their primary goal is to continue exerting control over you, even during the divorce. Throughout the proceedings and beyond, the narcissist will manipulate, hurt, and do whatever it takes to tarnish your reputation. They will try to make you look like the villain, spinning lies, and playing the victim, because that is their default mode. Everything is about them, and they will use any means necessary to maintain their narrative. But here's where the truth gets even more painful. The support system you have now, the people who stand by your side and rally around you during the early days of the divorce, will eventually begin to fade. This is a bitter reality, and it's a part of the journey that many people don't talk about. Initially, family and friends will offer their support. They will be there, consoling you, showing sympathy, and trying to help you through the emotional turmoil. But time has a way of changing things. People's lives move on, their attention shifts, and as the weeks and months pass, the sympathy that was once there will start to dwindle. Without realizing it, many will return to their own lives, leaving you feeling like you're fighting this battle on your own. This is the hardest part of divorcing a narcissist. It's not the legal battles, the emotional scars, or even the manipulation you face from the narcissist. It's the loneliness that creeps in when you realize that, in the end, you stand alone. You will have moments when you feel utterly abandoned, isolated, and lost. And this is where the narcissist's true cruelty emerges. They will continue their campaign to destroy you, emotionally and mentally, and those closest to you, though they may sympathize, will not be there to constantly pick up the pieces as time passes. But here's where you must make the choice. How will you respond to this isolation? Will you allow it to break you? Will you collapse under the weight of it all? Or will you choose to rise up, to become stronger, and to claim your life back? You must understand that this loneliness is not the end. It's a test, and it's a test that will reveal who you truly are. You may feel weak and uncertain at first, but with time, you will find your strength. You will learn to trust yourself again, to rely on your own abilities, and to stand firm in your own truth. This process may not be easy, but it is absolutely necessary. You will begin to heal, and you will emerge from this storm stronger than ever before. It's crucial that you prepare yourself for this inevitable moment. Know that it's coming. Brace yourself for the days when the emotional support fades and you are left standing alone, facing an uncertain future. But this is not a bad thing. This is the moment when your true power will arise. You will be forced to find your inner strength, to dig deep and stand tall. And when you do, you will find your freedom, your happiness, and your brilliance again. Don't let the loneliness consume you. Don't let the weight of abandonment crush your spirit. Instead, use it as fuel. Use this time alone to rediscover yourself, to focus on what you want, and to rebuild your life. The world is full of opportunities, and your life is not over. It's just beginning. And as time passes, you will notice something remarkable. The people who once faded away will start to take notice of your transformation. They will see how strong you've become, how you've taken control of your life, and how you've emerged victorious from the chaos. They will ask you, how did you do it? How did you overcome all of that and come out stronger? And the answer will be simple. You chose not to break. You chose to stand tall, to stay true to yourself, and to never go back to the narcissist, no matter how much they tried to drag you back into their web. You chose to take your power back, and as a result, you created a life that was all your own. The final piece of advice, my friend, is this. Do not weaken. Do not return to the narcissist. They will seek revenge in the worst ways because they can't stand being abandoned. But that's exactly why you must stay strong. Keep moving forward. Your future is bright, and the storm will pass. With each passing day, you will see the incredible strength within you and the beautiful life that lies ahead. I know the road you're on feels incredibly heavy, and there are times when you may doubt if you can keep going. But I need you to hear this. Every challenge, every painful step, is leading you to a place of peace and freedom. The pain you're feeling now will eventually give way to a life filled with strength, joy, and self-discovery. You have already shown immense courage by choosing this path, and that courage will carry you through. In the future, you will look back at this moment as a turning point, a moment when you found the power within you to rebuild, to heal, and to start fresh. It won't happen overnight, but with every step you take, you're moving closer to a life filled with peace, happiness, and a sense of fulfillment you never thought possible. Remember, you are not alone on this journey. You are stronger than you realize, and the future waiting for you is brighter than any past pain. The best chapters of your life are yet to come. If this video helped you, please take a moment to like, subscribe, and hit the notification bell. Keep going, stay strong, and trust that the peace you seek is closer than you think. You've got this.